Hi, I'm Raborn Johnson for Sample Library Review, and today I'm checking out Dark Horizon by Sonuscore and Best Service. Dark Horizon takes the Elysion ensemble engine into a dark and dystopian landscape of growling basses, arps, and more. With the four cores of Elysion at your fingertips, you can layer up a soundscape that will feel right at home in the newest AAA apocalyptic action thriller, or at least wake up your neighbors. Dark Horizon is compatible with the free Contact player or Contact version 6.6.1 or higher. It downloads as 1.16 gigabytes and includes 765 samples across 180 animated and customizable themes with 4 fully controllable layers. Dark Horizon is available from Best Service for $99. Owners of many other Sonuscore instruments are also eligible for cross-grade discounts. So here we are with a new instrument in the Elysion series by Sonuscore and Best Service. This time, we're really going into a dark and dystopian vibe with growling basses and moving arps and lots of distortion with Dark Horizon. So if you like to write sci-fi music or tension music, this is definitely going to be in your wheelhouse with lots of really dark and gritty movement. You'll notice that as we go through all of these, you're going to see a lot of white keys up here and a whole lot of keys down here that are really focusing on that lower register. So many of you will remember that it wasn't that long ago that we actually did a review of the most recent Elysion instrument. And so we went through the interface very deeply into all the arpeggiators and the functionality, so we probably won't retread as much of that ground today. We'll just jump into some sounds and really want you to hear kind of everything that's going on with Dark Horizon. So the first thing I'll mention, of course, is within the sound browser itself, you have all of the categorization options where you can look through the kind of sound, what the character of it is. You can pick the meter, the type, whether it's hard or soft, the feel of it. Is it an eighth? Is it a triplet? And you can favorite sounds. We're just going to go through a few of each of these to give you an idea of what you have here. Let's start with Playable Sounds, and how about we start with Underwater Monster. So again, a playable sound, not as much movement going on in these. We won't focus as much on these because this is really, to me at least, not what this library is so much about. The library is more about that movement, that texture of having 4 layers. So we're just going to go through a handful and then be patient. We will jump right into the rhythmic material in just a few minutes. So you can hear, again, really low register going on. So again, you can really hear that dark register, but here's where the fun happens. I'm going to skip right to the fun stuff. Let's go ahead and start at the bottom and work our way up with the poly animations. Let's start with Atomic Cloud. And here's where you can see the fun happening. All of these different arps going on. So let's check this out. And you'll notice that I'm working with the mod wheel. The mod wheel, what's so cool about this instrument is the mod wheel actually completely changes all of the sounds. You can even see if you look at the arp, at the 4 arpeggiators, that they're even changing movement based on this. And we'll get into that a little bit more later to show you how that works. Blaster. Okay, moving right along, here's windscreen. And floating energy. Really, really cool. I'm digging that one. And again, when you see something you like, just hit that star and it's there for you for later. Let's try monster steps. Really cool. Okay, how about combat drone? And Meteor swarm. Shaping future. Really nice. Event horizon. I think I'm already going to like this sound just from the name. Those are just really fun to play with. All right, wave computing. Polypuncher. So now that you have an idea of kind of what's going on here, let's just take a quick look at the 4 layers. You can see there's 4 completely different instruments here. They all have completely independent arpeggiators or non-arpeggiators. You can actually turn those off and make them playable instruments if you like. You can solo and mute. You can raise an octave or lower an octave, multiple octaves for each of the instruments to give them complete independent control. They all have their own independent effects, including things like amps and filters. You have, again, an arpeggiator for each one, and that's controllable with multiple snapshots. And the snapshots here, the 2 snapshots for each, A is essentially when the mod wheel is all the way down. B is when the mod wheel is all the way up. So you can change that with the mod wheel to really change the sound a lot, as you've been hearing so far. And again, you've got control over the time signature, the note length, a lot of different things going on. You have independent mixers for each one, obviously, with delay, compressor, multiple impulse responses. You've got a pan control that actually lets you automate the panning. And that's actually one of the cool things about this instrument that I really like. Going back to the main page, if you go to the effects section, you can actually use the mod wheel not only to control those A/B snapshots in the arpeggiator, but you can actually set independent controls for the mod wheel. So for instance, if I turn on the motion here, I can set a minimum and maximum for the attack so that what I do with the mod wheel will determine how far that attack gets turned up or turned down. You can do the same thing with the sustain, the release. You've got controls for distortion that you can do the same thing with. So just to give you an idea, let's just turn one of these on and let you hear what happens with that distortion. And you could hear the arpeggiator change again because as you see me move the mod wheel, you'll see the arpeggiator, because of those A/B snapshots, it's morphing between the two. And I mean, who doesn't love a cool graphic, right? I love the graphics that the Elysion instruments have. They're really, really cool. Again, you can also, not only do you have control for, the octave, the arpeggiator, independent arpeggiators, independent effects, independent pan, independent mixing, all of that, but you can actually control the sounds as well. So you can go through and you can say, I want something orchestral, and you can select from a multitude of orchestral instruments. So a lot going on under the hood here. Super customizable. One of the things that I really love is as you're going through here and previewing different themes, if you find just one sound, you can solo that out and suddenly you've got a pulse that can inspire an entire track. I write a lot of tension music and stuff like this is sonic gold for me. So let's go back to the browser here. Let's go through maybe one or two more themes in this section and then we'll move to the rhythmic pulses. Let's try Galactic War. And let's do one more in that section. How about, dimensional shift. Let's try that one. And I like going back to this main page just so you can see what's going on with the arpeggiator. And one thing I didn't emphasize is you can see you're in 6/8 time. Again, I know I mentioned the meter, but I think it's really important to point that out. It's not often that you can find a lot of really good pulses in odd meters, like 7/8 or 6/8 time. 7/8, I said 7/8, like a fraction. 7/8 or 6/8 time. It's unusual to find some really good pulses like that, so that's super helpful when you're looking to make a song in 7/8 time, for instance, and you want to pull out a pulse for inspiration. Boom, you've got it. Okay, let's jump to the rhythmic pulses. And let's start at the top and go through some of these. Let's try geomagnetic activity. Actually, you know what? Let's try substorm. I don't think we've tried anything that has a sub in it yet. So let's try that out. Oh man, I love the sub in that. That is dark and heavy. I love that. Geomagnetic activity. Skip forward a little bit. How about bending time? Okay. Jump down to Beyond a Light. tension in 5/8. Now that's some dirty distortion. I like that a lot. That's another star right there. Your mileage may vary. How about super electric? Let's see what that sounds like. Really, really cool. All right, how about Dark Accelerator? Okay, let's do maybe a couple more in this category. How about string theory? All right, let's look for one more in that category. How about resonant mover? Ooh, I'm digging that sub. Ooh, that has some low juice going on. I like that. You deserve a star. All right. So how about mono arpeggios? Let's see what we've got in this category. Cosmic Dancer. And Voltage Puncher. Really good stuff. I like a lot of that really dirty distortion on the low end. I love that. Let's try steam powered. Let's see what the mod wheels. Oh, look at that. Okay, let's see what happens. really cool. All right, let's try one more stellar engine. Man, those are fun. You just never know where you're going to go when you start playing with these things. It's so cool. And one thing I didn't think to mention, but you can actually stack the different categorization options. So you could say lowest texture, that's energetic and noisy and dark. And, it will find sounds that have all of those characteristics. So really, really super helpful when you're searching for a very particular kind of sound. Let's go to vinyl motor. And again, you'll see this one doesn't have any arpeggiator going on. So these lowest textures, because they are textures, they're not going to be moving as much. So again, you can turn that on if you want to. You simply have to go to the arpeggiator option and turn it on. But let's see what we've got here. Ooh, really dark and dirty texture. Makes a nice dystopian soundscape. How about machine burner? That sounds dark. Man, that might be the sound of the night. I love that. Man, that is dark. Let's go to the individual effects. I'm curious to see when we move the mod wheel, you can see that distortion is going to kick in, it looks like. Let me go. Well, is that on? No, it's actually not on. Okay. Where is that coming from? Channel 3. Let's see what channel 3 is all about. Let's solo that one. Because that's where the juice is, it sounds like. Ooh, so that's where that's coming from. And when you put it together, put it all together and... I have such respect for sound designers who can just layer and just, hear those different elements individually. It's like someone making a really good meal. They just know how to put all the ingredients together. Dark Side Rocket. Let's see what that sounds like. Good stuff. How about cabinets on vinyl? Man, that is really nice. Dark and dirty. How about warp drive? If you are into dystopian movies, this would be perfect for you. Imagine some really good driving strings over top of that soundscape. Okay, we owe it to ourselves to try and make our own theme out of that, because that is such a cool sound. Let's see what the different elements are. Okay, that's cool. Okay, that's just a little bit different. What have we got here? Okay, it's just an individual kind of almost like noise or static hit. And then, okay, so that's where the juice is coming from. So we're going to grab this sound. We're going to go to 2. And I don't know, let's just turn on the Arpeggiator and let's just make something and see what we end up with. I'm going to just kind of play around here. You can click the right trigger and drag, and it'll actually do your ladder for you, which is really nice. Let's do this one on an 8th, and let's jump over to number 1. Let's turn it on. And let's do a 16th on this one, or actually, no, let's do quarter notes. And we're going to let's go kind of down, and then we'll go kind of back up. And let's see what we've got so far. Oh, am I on B? Oh, I am on B. Okay. Let's do, did I change? Okay, actually, they're the same either way. Okay, let's see what that does. Interesting. I don't know exactly. I thought, let me go back. Oh, my bad, guys. I left that one on solo. I was like, what am I doing? I left channel 4 on solo. Okay, now let's see what we've got. Let's go back to the Arpeggiator on 1. Okay, let's see what we've got all together. I think we can do even better than that. Let's go 16th notes on this one. And then let's go maybe something like, I don't know, maybe something like this. Let's see what that does. Hear that pulsing? That's so cool. Okay, let's go back to 1. Okay, and I'm going to hold down Alt, and we're going to grab all the ones on A. And we're going to pull those. Oh, they already are down, aren't they? What am I doing here? Doing something wrong. Is it Alt? Forgive me, guys. Oh, okay, it is actually going to do that. Let me grab, I want to take kind of all of those. Let's go straight across like this. And then we're going to take those like that. And then on B, let's go like that and see what we have. So cool. I mean, you can have so much fun with this. I mean, you could come over here to number 3 and let's find some sort of synthesized sound. I don't know, maybe feedback NARS. What the heck is that? Let's find out. Let's see. Ooh. This should be good for adding a little layer of movement here. So let's go maybe something like that. And yeah, I like that. That works. And let's put it on a 16th. And let's see what we have here. Okay, now let's take that off solo. Let's go over to the mix. I'm going to turn that one up some. I mean, you can see, you can just have a whole lot of fun with this. There's just so many cool things going on. And I tell you what, let's play one more low texture and then we'll call it a review. How about Moving Membrane? I mean, this is just a cool instrument. I love the Elysion series as it is. There's just so much going on, so much useful stuff. I mean, you can see as you go through these instruments, these themes, and you come upon all of these different, oh, let me take that off. You come across all of these different layered arpeggios, arpeggiators, and you can control those. You can control the effects. There's just so much motion here. And the thing that sets this one aside from all of the other Elysion, the other two Elysion libraries, is the fact that this one just has that dark and dystopian sample set. So you're getting, just this really driving, growling basses and just, really, really gritty instruments put within that Elysion engine. And so what's really great about that is these themes, again, you can use them as they are. You can pick them apart. You can rebuild them. You can choose to only use one layer or two layer. And then at the end of the day, you can even do MIDI drag and drop. So there's just there's so many great things. And you can see here, it's actually getting ready to do MIDI drag and drop for me. I'm going to cancel that. But this is actually recording, as I'm recording, this is recording the MIDI. So I can actually drag that to my DAW, and it would actually explode that into multiple tracks, into 4 tracks for me, so that I could put that with other instruments and layer them. So just a lot of potential in Dark Horizon. If you've enjoyed the Elysion series in the past, or if you've enjoyed the reviews in the past, I would definitely recommend checking this one out. Thanks for checking out Dark Horizon with me today. What do you think of this instrument? Do you own any of the Elysion line of instruments? Which one is your favorite? Comment below and let us know your thoughts. Make sure to like the video and share it with your friends, and also take the time to subscribe to our channel. Be sure to check out samplelibraryreview.com for more news and reviews, and to stay in the know about weekly sales via our weekly deal compressor.